And visions and goals. So this is a top priority too for a lot of people. So visions and goals is what we're talking about, is how I'm going to lay things out and set out my priorities while I'm in there.
What's your plan?
What my plan is. And it's very interesting for this because this is kind of going back to my oil and gas experience as well as my project management. You have to set goals and your priorities.
Right.
And you do set timelines within project management. So for me, this was very important to lay out for people. So all of this is going to be within the first quarter to like 90 days.
Okay.
And it's the first year. And again, remember, I'm going to be on a high learning curve, just as like anybody else that's going into any brand new opportunity or in city council or even a new job. When you get a new job, there's a learning curve. You may have all qualifications, but you may be doing it in a different way. So you have to learn that company's way or whatever. So again, everyone's going to have a high learning curve, and that we're replacing quite a few seats, including the mayor's seats within our city walls this year. There's going to be a learning curve for a lot of people.
Definitely. So I guess be prepared for that, I guess.
Yes, we need to be patient, be prepared for that as well. But my biggest priorities for the first 90 days is our budget, safety, infrastructure, employment, community service.
Right.
So that's all within our first 90 days. So we're going to review the budget. So we're going to review the budgets and look for answers that we as citizens of Calgary have all been asking. Work to align the budgets and timing. So that's going to be within the first 90 days. I have to really dig into the budget because the budget lays out everything else that's going on within the city. The next thing is safety. And again, I'm going to go back onto the fact that Ward 12 needs safety.
Right.
Where our police department comes from Midnapore, it'd be nice to have something more here for us as well. Not that they're not doing a great job, they're doing an amazing job. But that travel time, that extra 20 minutes travel time could really impact our safety. So for me, that's important.
Right.
And again, the oil and gas assets also being a safety issue here within Ward 12. So I'm going to be working to find ways to implement better public safety for Ward 12. Again, looking at the budget and being creative. How am I going to do all that? Again, it goes back to the budget. Is there ways I can find? And also safety goes back into mental health, wellness and health as well.
Right.
We need to look at ways that, because of what's going on with the pandemic, how can we actually manage that so that people are personally safe? Are we taking care of our citizens correctly? That by talking to them, how many are lonely? Let's try to find ways to get them healthy as well, mentally and strong again, so that when the doors do open,
they're ready to.
They can be the person they were or want to be again.
Yes.
And infrastructure. Well, we know that problem, especially within our ward, with so many cars down here, and the number of people that are within this ward. That really is quite something that we have to look into, and that's going to be engaging with the planning department, communities, and roads department to improve the traffic flow and prioritize routing for snow removal. So let's look at what are first roads and second roads, and when are we going to have priority 2 roads cleared. I remember there's been for the last couple of years, our winters have been bad,
terrible,
and our secondary roads have just been horrible. I go out in the spring and you see how many car parts on the ground because they're just not getting to them properly.
Yeah.
So, not that saying we need our roads right down to the bare asphalt or anything, but it would at least be nice that we're not driving in ruts and losing our car.
Yes.
And bumpers and stuff.
That would be nice.
Yeah, so that I want to look at that kind of priority.
Yeah.
Not a month later and everything is already...
the same before it was.
Or worse.
Yeah.
And then work with our top-level transit managers to improve bus routes, timing, and ideas regarding the Green Line.
The Green Line, yes.
Yes. I know it's still in the works. It's still part of our budgeting and planning and stuff like that. But, what are their priorities? Has anyone really even spoken to the actual transit department to say, how are you managing this? Where are you at?
Yeah.
So we need to work with the top-level managers to come up with more innovative ways and cost-saving ways.
Yes, definitely.
So the other part is our employment and opportunities to market Calgary globally. Again, that's kind of already been done, but we need to make it better. We need to promote Calgary more and to create businesses to support local businesses as well as any other businesses that want to come to Calgary, and work with schools to create work experience programs as well.
Yes, yeah.
Like I know, like I said, with the state program, but is there other programs and other opportunities
Yes.
that we can have as well? And then finally, our community service. Promote local community events, festivals, and celebrations by working with community associations and special interest groups. I think, especially once the pandemic is over, people are really going to want to feel like they're part of the community. Luckily, Ward 12, our family is everyone's family here.
Yes.
And that's how we've kind of opened our doors and how we've created this ward. But we've been lacking, especially because of COVID, some events that we would like to have. And it's unfortunate that these all had to be put aside, not only for the whole city, but basically for the whole world. And it would be nice that once we can do that, let's start promoting some local events, and the children can get out and meet more people, and we as adults can start meeting our neighbors and finding new neighbors and exploring new neighbors. So to me, that would be something that I would really like to do. I did a lot of that in Ward 12, especially when my children were growing up. And it was just a lot of fun.
Yes.
We did Easter egg hunts and baton shows and stuff like that. And we went to the seniors' home, did baton shows and things. So to me, that was something that they enjoyed. It's something that we did. We even did a social tea with the seniors, and the young ones would go in and serve them tea and do a little dance and stuff. So it was fun.
Yeah.
So it'd be nice to do things of that nature again.
Like having your community celebrate just something random, not random, but after the pandemic, we can all just get together and enjoy that we went through a pretty historic moment in
exactly
history, so.
Yeah. And then I used to have parades in the area.
Yeah.
We used to do parades, so that was fun. I coordinated parades so that we could do something like that again and have a community parade. And so it's just a lot of fun events that came here, and start working with the community associations. And then speaking to the seniors, remember when we did the Taking It to the Streets episode?
Oh yes, definitely.
And our seniors that we were speaking to said that they wanted some sort of a senior type group. Didn't mean that they had to have their own special senior hall or anything, but they wanted a seniors place to meet and have their own group. So, let's look at some ways to find opportunities for them as well.
Definitely.
Just as much as for our youth. And that's it.
Awesome.
That is our
platform.
Our platform. Yeah.
Awesome.
So Calgary, be part of the energy, and vote for Teresa as Ward 12 Councillor on October 18th.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you, everyone, and we hope you enjoyed our platform episode, and we'll see you next time. See ya.
Thank you for visiting our virtual platform. Bye now.
Bye-bye.